Hi everybody, my name's Jessy and thank you for joining me today. I wanted to share something that's quite personal with you, what's new, and it's a lot to do with waiting around for acknowledgement. So let me start. Uh, as you can tell, I'm Asian. um, I'm half Asian. My dad is half English, half Welsh, and my mom is full Filipino. And I found that within our Asian culture, it's feelings are often very not acknowledged and pushed aside, and it's getting better. It is getting better, but I know that there's still leaps and strides that needs to go to be able to recognize that, and something that I was raised, whether on purpose or not, I was raised to believe that emotions were bad and you should just hide everything and suppress, which is what I did. I spent most of my life suppressing until my mental health got so bad that I couldn't contain them. The reason I brought up my childhood was because I don't know if it's the same in other Asian cultures or, in fact, any other cultures, but it seems to be really difficult to have any acknowledgement for a job well done. I love my mom. I love my mom so much, and she is the most selfless person in the world. A very kind, loving, giving person. And she often puts herself last. But sometimes in her selfless actions, she can be very selfish too. And growing up, I felt like I was an emotional punching bag for something that happened before I was even born. We battled very much with being a second family to her because she suffered from survivor's guilt, because she has lived a life that I think my life has been hard, has just, I can't even, I can't tell you how much harder hers was. My mom came from abject poverty, where the reality is that she wouldn't have shoes to wear at school, that she started working, cooking, cleaning, looking after her siblings at the age of 4. She sees her siblings, she has 12, I believe. Still sees them as her babies from when she had to raise them. And I don't judge her for that. And so I guess it's closed her off from certain things. She really struggles to recognize what her own children need. Um, and a lot of it, in terms of need, has never been a financial thing, but has always been about just needing that nurturing and that loving. I remember my graduation, and it was actually a really awful time for me. And I remember how excited and happy and proud my dad was. For my dad, I was the first person in the family to go to university and to graduate. And for my mum, she'd already put quite a few people through university. So it was no big deal for her. And I felt like such a little kid being like, Mummy, look at me, look at me. And really, that experience lowered the excitement and the happiness that I should have felt on my graduation day. And it's the same with the whole everything that's happening right now. I've never been more excited in my life. I've never been more grateful to be alive. And yet, part of me is still really sad that I don't have that acknowledgement that I've been wanting. I don't want to make it out like my mum was not a hands-on parent, because she very much was. I completely respect her and I want her to have her life, and I'm happy for her to continue as she is. But for me, until she holds herself accountable to be able to change positively, I cannot have her in my life. I'm on this positivity journey. I'm choosing happiness, and unfortunately, that does mean that I've had to cut some people from my life that was really holding me back. If you're wondering, why is this on LinkedIn? Well, because it matters. It's a conversation that matters, because our careers are so important to us, but we rarely take the time to do the self-development part in our personal life. We're very good at doing training, picking up new skills, doing networking for our professional lives, but very rarely do we work on our actual personal life. One of my vulnerabilities that I really struggle with is not feeling good enough, not feeling confident. And so Therefore, and I will admit it, I'll put my hands up, I do require that pandering too, and I really wish I didn't. I am like a little kid, and unless I'm told I've done a good job, I won't feel like I've done a good job. And that is often really difficult because I can be super proud of something, but if somebody reacts in such a negative way, then I feel very down about myself, and I punish myself. I don't think I worked hard enough and that I deserve to be embarrassed for the work that I've produced. Over time, as I've gotten older, I've learned to slowly build confidence in myself and my abilities, and that's why I know for a fact that no matter what is happening in my life, my work comes first. And when I'm in a work setting, when I'm in the office, I'm at my A game, and I feel so confident because my persona is so different in the workplace. I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more self-assured. But sometimes the insecurities and the vulnerabilities trickle in. But I think that if we hold our value based on how other people talk about us or recognize our achievements, then we're going to really, really be devalued. Really, the most important recognition that you need is from yourself. It's all about self-love, self-confidence, self-empowerment. I want us all to stop waiting for acknowledgement for something that we are proud of. If we're proud of it, that should just be all that matters. That should be all that we care about. Is that we worked hard and we know we worked hard and we feel like we worked hard, and therefore we should recognize that achievement for ourselves. And I'm not this guru. I'm not this coach. I haven't done any formal training. All I can tell you is that I have lived a life. I have experiences, and I'm still learning from all of you. I'm not saying that I'm equipped to give you advice. All I'm here for is to be a friend and sounding board and to share with you my vulnerabilities so that hopefully you can accept yours and we can talk about it. I don't want us to be held back anymore by everything that has held us back in the past. I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody's recognition when it's clearly far from their mind. If it's not in their mind, why is it in yours? Something that I find is quite helpful for me, and I guess I want you to indulge me in this, because I know how people feel about mindfulness and journaling, and I understand because I roll my eyes whenever I hear something that I'm just like, I don't understand how that could possibly work. But indulge me. Every time you feel sad about something, I want you to write it down. Write it down and read it out loud to yourself. And then give yourself pros and cons as to why keeping that memory or that thought in your head is a good idea. And actually, you'll find that by writing it down and listing why it's good and bad, you'll be able to have that thought process you need to be able to just let it go. We are somebody's kid. We all are. No matter how old you are or how young you are somebody's kid. And because of that, the hazards of being somebody's kid is that you long for their approval and you long to be seen as a good person in their eyes and you want to make them proud. But no more. It goes back to the whole self-empowerment thing. I think now's the time that we start giving ourselves that power to tell ourselves when we've done a good job. Stop caring so much what other people think and what other people say, and instead recognize ourselves for what we are proud of and what makes us unique. Just some food for thought for you. What's the worst that could happen by you just recognizing what you've done good? The world would be an amazing place if we were better at recognizing when somebody has genuinely achieved a great thing, whether that's big or small. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.